It's time now for coverage of Colonel Volleyball online at KORNradio.com. The following is a copyrighted broadcast of Mitchell Colonel Volleyball as a property of NedVed Media, LLC, solely for the entertainment and non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this event, including a charge for listening without the express written consent of NedVed Media, LLC, is strictly prohibited. Coverage of Colonel Volleyball online at KORNradio.com is being brought to you by Dakota Physical Therapy, Culver's, The Depot, Lewis Family Drug of Mitchell, Poet Biorefining of Mitchell, and First Dakota National Bank. Coverage of Colonel Volleyball online at KORNradio.com is also brought to you by Iverson Chrysler Center of Mitchell and Huron, Walmart of Mitchell, Ronick Ag, MJ Aviation, C&B of Mitchell, your John Deere dealer, Shays Restaurant, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protections, and by the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Let's now head courtside for coverage of Mitchell Colonel Volleyball exclusively online at KORNradio.com. Here at the play-by-play call of Colonel Volleyball is Travis Krins.
And welcome to our fall sports season coverage here on KORN. Online only today. Travis Krins here at the Huron Arena for the Huron Invitational. 9 a.m. all the way to about 4 or 5 o'clock tonight. We'll be with you. The Mitchell Colonels, 7th in the state last year at the state tournament. The number one team last year for a time. It was Mitchell and Harrisburg, those two top teams for the majority of last year. And then Mitchell kind of struggled at the end of the season, struggled in the state tournament. They did get there for the first time in a few years. Took home 7th by beating O'Gorman in that 7th and 8th place game. They will see O'Gorman coming up here later on today at around 1 o'clock. So talk more about that. We have 4 matches for you. The first one coming up here in just a matter of minutes. The Douglas Patriots, first match of the season here for the Mitchell Colonels. These two teams did not play last year. It's been a while since these two teams have played. Mitchell, they've won the last 6 meetings between these two teams between 2007 and 2012. Douglas, they struggled last year. They only went 2-22. So Mitchell, again, these are only the best 2 out of 3. So not 3 out of 5. It still goes up to 25. You have to win by 2. And again, this is only the best 2 out of 3. For the Mitchell Colonels, they'll be without their first team All-Stater, Mac Miller, for a little bit this season. They hope to get her back later on in the season with an injury late in the actually the final game of the basketball season in March. So for Mitchell, about the same lineup as they had last year. Again, they have 11 seniors. They do have 1 junior playing this year as well. That will see some playing time. That will be number 7, Reagan Waddell. Reagan is a 5'11" middle hitter, only a junior in the senior-laden lineup. For the Mitchell Colonels, they'll be led this year by Chelsea Brewster, an outside hitter, one of the best in the state. Chelsea is a 5'11" senior. Also in the middle for Mitchell is Carly Herring. Carly, a middle hitter, a senior at 6 feet 2 inches tall. Mandy Schmidt runs the offense. She is the setter, the record-setting setter for Mitchell. She's a 5'5" senior. The libero is Bridget Thill, 5'4" libero. Also Peyton Morgan and Sage Jorgensen, hitters as well. That is your lineup for the Mitchell Colonels. For the Douglas Patriots, their lineup is Sierra Colvey. She is their setter. Sarah Vinson, their libero. Also Hannah Hill, their middle blocker. Jesslyn Ginra is their best hitter, an outside hitter, 5'9" senior. Also Jessica Martian, Bria Mulvihill, and Lamara Constanita. That's the lineup for Douglas. Douglas on my right, Mitchell on my left, high above the Huron Arena here this afternoon and this morning on KORNradio.com. Mitchell in their black uniforms with the gold trim. Douglas with their dark blue uniforms with white numbers and red trim. 9:01, we are ready to get underway. Bridget Thill, libero, gold jersey, leads us off, serving left to right. Attack in the middle for Douglas. Dig in the back row for Chelsea Brewster. Attack in the middle for Carly Herring, and a kill. That was pretty quick and swift. Assist to Mandy Schmidt. See that a lot this year. Mandy Schmidt setting the all-time Colonel Volleyball record in assists late last season. She can add to that record and really put it out of the way here during her senior season. Attack in the middle for Carly Herring. Good. That will go unassisted. Carly Herring with the 2 points early on. 2-0 Mitchell. Douglas offense out of sorts. Just got it over there. Didn't mean to, but Carly Herring pounced on it. Phil with the serve, and that'll be an ace in the back row. That'll be a reception error on Jessica Martian, 5'6" junior in the back row for Douglas. So an ace for Bridget Phil. It's all about the serve and serve receive, if you know head coach Deb Phil. 3-0 Mitchell. This one, and again, another ace. This one careening off the back left side. This one is Jesselyn Jindra. So back-to-back aces for Bridget Phil. Mitchell up early on Douglas, 4-0. This one not expected to go much past the 2 sets. This one a third straight ace for Bridget Phil. Again, we do have our Shays Restaurant player of the match. Timeout on the floor, Douglas. They're all out of sorts. They're down 5-0 before they woke up this morning. Again, we do have our Shays Restaurant player of the match. And right now you have Carly Herring with 2 kills, and you have Bridget Phil with 3 assists. So the winner of our player of the match does get the certificate for some wings. I believe it's 15 wings at Shays Restaurant in Mitchell. Shays Restaurant, you can find them inside of the Ramada Inn and Suite. So a very quick start here for Mitchell. Again, I mentioned Douglas. They've struggled here for the last couple of years. They were only 2-22 last season. So again, Mitchell, one of the better teams in the state. Douglas, probably one of the worst teams in AA. So, and it's looking like it thus far early on with a timeout for Douglas. 3 minutes in, Mitchell already up 5-0. Thanks for joining us here on KORNradio.com. Phil serves from left to right, finds the back row. Douglas offense finally gets it, attacks it left side, and it's a block. Attack right there was Jindra, and that's their number 1 hitter. Blocks for Carly Herring. Also had Peyton Morgan in that front row. Sage Jorgensen makes up the front row as well. So a block for Mitchell. A defensive point makes it 6-0. Served by Phil. Set up in the middle here for Douglas. They get it over the Herring block. Mitchell's offense moving now. Attack right left side in air for Sage Jorgensen. So a 6-0 run ends for Mitchell on the Sage Jorgensen air. Good run, though, for Mitchell. Gives them a nice 5-point lead here as we see Douglas serving for the first time. It'll be their libero, Sarah Vinson. Mitchell, they come back. They attack right side with Peyton Morgan. Morgan with the kill. Manny Schmidt on the assist. See a substitution here first of the ball game for Mitchell and Deb Phil. See Brooke Flemmer come in. Brooke Flemmer, a 5'9" senior. She will check in and serve. That'll be an ace. 4 aces thus far. The serving has been tremendous. The serve-receive, not so much on the Douglas Patriots side. Brooke Flemmer with the ace to make it 8-1. First one to 25 wins. This one nearly another ace, and it's another one. Yes, it is. 5 aces already for this Colonel Ball Club. 9-1. Again, Douglas looking all of a 2-win team from last year. See if they can just receive these serves. They're having trouble with that right now. This is another one. 3 straight aces for Phil. Now 3 straight aces for Brooke Flemmer. This one getting out of hand early. They haven't had much action on the court because there have been 6 aces. 3 from Flemmer, 3 from Phil. Going for 4 for 4. No, we'll have a call here. Point Mitchell. Can call it an ace. Carly Herring was there to pounce on it. I believe she got a hand on it. We'll give a kill to Carly Herring. That's already her third. 11-1 Mitchell. Douglas, they attack now on that right side into the net. An attack air for Douglas. That was number 21, Lamara Constanita. Constanita, 5'7", only a freshman, setting up on that right side. So it's 12-1 Mitchell. Flemmer with another serve. Constanita on the right side. Flemmer with the dig in the back row. Schmidt to Carly. It's been a good combination thus far, and it continues. 4 kills for Carly Herring. 6 aces thus far for Mitchell. This one going to be over earlier. This one might be over before 9:30. We'll have a long break between matches. 13-1, Mitchell ahead. Attack by Douglas on the left side. They get it over the block. Flemmer keeps it alive. Phil with the over in the back row. Nice defense for Mitchell. Douglas, again, they go in the middle. Dig in the back row for Flemmer. Cross-court setup. Sage Jorgensen left side. Was it too long? No, it wasn't. Sage Jorgensen with her first kill. She's now 1 for 2 on the morning. And it's now 14-1 Mitchell. Mitchell number 5 in the preseason volleyball poll. Serve for Mitchell. Attack in the middle, awkward, but it works. Attack in the middle for Douglas, and they get their first offensive point. So it's 14-2 Mitchell with a commanding lead. Douglas on my right, dark blue uniforms. Here's Constanita serving. This one way over the head of Phil in the back row. So a rare Douglas serve, and they can't keep it going as they that one well long. So it's 15-2. Sage Jorgensen, she'll serve for the first time this year. Find the back row. Dug up by Vincent. Attack left side by Jindra. We'll have a call here at the net. So we'll have a net violation on Douglas. So another error for Douglas. It's now 16-2 Mitchell. Need to get to 25 to win. Best 2 out of 3. This one may have went out of bounds, but Vincent gets a hand on it. And guess what? It's another ace. This time for Sage Jorgensen. 7 aces thus far for Mitchell. And we'll have another timeout. It's 17-2. Mitchell well on their way to winning this first set. Best 2 out of 3. Again, we have plenty of coverage later on today. Mitchell and Douglas right now. Next game for Mitchell will be a little before noon, we're thinking. It's Mitchell versus Brookings coming up hopefully before noon, sometime in the 11 o'clock hour. Then there's Mitchell and O'Gorman, a rematch of last year's 7th place game with the state tournament in Rapid City. That game directly follows the Brookings game. So Mitchell will play Brookings and O'Gorman back-to-back. Then they'll get one session off. Then they'll be back hopefully around 3 o'clock this afternoon, Mitchell and Brandon Valley. So it's Douglas right now, Brookings and O'Gorman around the noon hour, and then Brandon Valley to wrap it up here later on this afternoon. Douglas, they've used both of their timeouts, trying to get something going here early. It's 17-2. Mitchell, they've had 7 aces and 6 kills. 4 of the 6 kills have come from Carly Herring. Sage Jorgensen serves up by 15. This one at the net. Carly Herring tries to attack. They'll get it off to the left side. Chelsea Brewster's first attack, and that is long. So again, Mitchell, they haven't had too many offensive opportunities because of all those aces. So Chelsea starts 0 for 1. Substitution for Mitchell. Leslie Van Drogelen checks in, defensive specialist, back row right for Sage Jorgensen. Douglas, they'll serve right to left, down 17-3. Flemmer digs it in the back row. Van Drogelen will set up. Flemmer with a back row attack and kill. Van Drogelen with the assist. Flemmer with the kill. 18-3, Mitchell with the lead. Phil and Herring will come out. Maggie Katner in to serve. Also Reagan Waddell. First time we've seen Reagan Waddell here tonight. This morning, I should say, at 5'11". 5'11 junior middle hitter. Maggie just gets it over the net. It goes over to the Mitchell side. Unassisted kill at the net for Chelsea Brewster. Chelsea Brewster's first of a few hundred kills that she'll record this season. And it's 19-3. Katner serves. This one at the net again. Another unassisted kill, this time for Reagan Waddell. So if it's not an ace for this Mitchell team, it's something that comes right back at the net, and unassisted kills back-to-back for Mitchell. They lead 20-3. Katner with another good serve, back row to the right of Douglas. They'll have a back row attack. Was that in? Nope, just a little long over the head of Brooke Flemmer. And that's a hitting error from the back row for Douglas. This one is at 21-3. Katner, another serve. This one not so good into the net. 21-4. So Katner will come out. Herring is back in. And then Herring checks right back out for Bridget Thill, the libero. Other match going on across court. 2 matches right now. It's Huron versus Sturgis, the other match going on here at the Huron Arena. Chelsea Brewster with the attack left side. Back row dig for Mulvihill of Douglas. Attack on the left side by Canstanita, and it is too long. An error for Canstanita and Douglas. It's all Mitchell up 22-4. Mandy Schmidt, she'll serve. 3 points away from a very impressive first set win. This one a little long on the serve for Mandy Schmidt. Point for the Patriots, 22-5. Patriots serve right to left. Digging the back row for Peyton Morgan. Attack right side for Chelsea Brewster. A dig for Jindra of Douglas. Canstanita pushes it over left side. Mandy Schmidt's ready. Waddell pushes it over the block. Douglas keeps it going. Longest rally thus far, though. This one into the net. Sierra Colby, the setter for Douglas, into the net. Hitting air for Colby. It's 23-5. Substitution for Mitchell. Van Drogelen will check out. And Sage Jorgensen back in. Chelsea Brewster serves 23-5. Mitchell with the lead. Attack left side, dug up by Mandy Schmidt. Waddell will set it up for Jorgensen, who just gets it over the antenna. We'll have a whistle here, and it'll be an error on Mitchell. I don't know if that attack by Chelsea Brewster got over inbounds over the antenna or not, so either way, error for Mitchell, point for Douglas. It's 23-6. Douglas serve, this one into the net. Service there for Jessica Martian. And it's set point, 24-6 for Mitchell. Bridget Thill, who had that run of 3 straight aces. See if she can wrap up this first set with her 4th ace. She will not. They'll set it up on the left side for Jindra. Mitchell will answer. Carly Herring in the middle, and good. Assist for Mandy Schmidt, the 5th kill of the set for Carly Herring. She was the offense for Mitchell. She had 5 of their 10 kills, 3 aces from Thill, 3 from Flemmer, and an ace from Sage Jorgensen. 7 aces in the first set for Mitchell. They dominate, and they defeat Douglas in the first set 25-6. Best 2 out of 3. We'll take a 2-minute timeout here from the Huron Arena. First match of the season for Mitchell. They look to be in prime form early on. 25-6. They defeat Douglas in set number 1.
Wherever life takes you, stay connected to your finances. And at First Dakota National Bank, you can do just that. This is Dana Bird, personal banker at First Dakota. Stay connected with any of our First Dakota checking accounts, along with internet banking, e-mobile banking, mobile deposit, text banking, e-statements, and e-bill pay. Anywhere your mobile device goes, your banking can too. Go to firstdakota.com today to learn how you can stay connected. First Dakota. Come experience the difference. Member FDIC.
At Culver's, we cook our butter burgers pretty much the same as you would at home. Only our 3-cut blend of fresh Midwest beef will do. Then you'll need to master our signature press and sear technique. You may want to practice a few thousand times. Add real Wisconsin cheese, top with a lightly buttered toasted bun, and serve yourself with a big warm smile.
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole cook-to-order butter burger thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, 1015 Cabela Drive in Mitchell.
Coaches, parents, and athletes, does a sports-related injury have you or your athlete sidelined and struggling to get back in the game? Dakota Physical Therapy specializes in sports injury rehabilitation, and we take pride in returning our athletes to the field, ready for action and better equipped to resist re-injury in the future. Regardless of the sport or type of injury, Dakota Physical Therapy has a specialized rehab program designed to meet your needs. Give us a call at 996-4778 or stop by our clinic and begin your way back to action today.
Set number 2 of the first match of the season. First match at the 2018 Huron Invitational at the Huron Arena. Travis Crins, online only at KORNradio.com. Teams switch ends. Mitchell, they are on my right. Douglas on my left. See if Douglas can get off to a better start. They lost the first set 25-6. And they were down 6-0 before he could blink. Serve for Douglas. Mitchell, they'll attack it on that right side, but it's an error by Chelsea Brewster. So a 1-0 start here for Douglas as they lead for the first time tonight. Here at 9:15 a.m. Serve for Douglas. Schmidt sets up Carly Herring. Boom, right over the head of Sierra Colby in the back row right. So another kill for Carly Herring. She has 6. She's an early favorite for Shays Restaurant Player of the Match. Here in match number 1 of 4 here today. 1-1 tie. Chelsea Brewster serves. This one went a little long. So an error on the serve for Chelsea. Gives the lead back to Douglas at 2-1. Front row for Mitchell. Sage Jorgensen on the left. Carly Herring in the middle. And Mandy Schmidt on the right. Back row for Mitchell will be Reagan Waddell, or Brooke Flemmer on the left, Bridget Thill in the middle, and also have Chelsea Brewster back row as well. This serve for Douglas wide to the left. Mitchell will let it go. A service error for Douglas makes it 2-2. Mandy Schmidt. She'll serve, and that'll be an ace. See if Mandy Schmidt can get on the ace train here. Picks up her first ace of the match. 8th already for Mitchell. They had 7 aces in set number 1. 3-2. Mitchell lead for the first time in this second set. Mandy, another one. This one in the back row, dug up by Colby. They set it up on the left side. Nice dig by Chelsea Brewster, diving for that one. Attack left side for Mitchell and Sage Jorgensen. Douglas offense out of sorts. They get a back row attack from their set or from their libero. That's never what you draw up. Attack for Mitchell. They'll attack it right side. Peyton Morgan with the kill. Peyton Morgan on the right side picks up kill number 2 for her. And it's 4-2 Mitchell. See if the Colonels can extend this lead here and wrap this one up in about a half hour. Looking for another ace. Mandy Schmidt gets it. Yes, off the back row. Libero Sarah Vincent again with the reception error. 2 aces for Mandy. See if she can make it 3 of 4. Mitchell up 5-2. This one was a wide left. Yes, it was. A wide left on the serve from Mandy Schmidt. Good run there for Mitchell to take a 2-point lead. Substitution for Douglas. The freshman Lamara Constanita is in. And Constanita will check in and she'll serve. Dark blue uniforms for Douglas. Black uniforms for Mitchell, long sleeves. Mitchell's offense in the middle, now to the left. Attack, Sage Jorgensen, left side attack, and good. Assist for Mandy Schmidt. Substitutions for Mitchell. Looks like this will be a substitution here in the first match. Maggie Katner and Reagan Waddell will come in for Carly Herring and Bridget Thill. So that'll be a normal rotation, normal substitution, it looks like, at least early on here in this first match. Maggie Katner with the serve. Attack by Jindra on the left side. That goes cross court out of bounds on the right. So Jindra, their leading hitter on the season, struggling thus far. She led Douglas last year in kills, blocks. 86 kills, 39 blocks last season for Jesslyn Jindra. 7-3, Mitchell leads. Maggie Katner with the serve. Digging the back row by Vincent. Attack left side by Jindra. Mitchell, good defense. They answer with Reagan Waddell. Pushes it. Did she find the back corner? Yes, she did. Back right corner for Reagan Waddell. Her second kill. Another assist for Mandy Schmidt makes it 8-3. Again, Mac Miller out for the first part of this season. And you're seeing a very balanced Mitchell offense here without the first team All-Stater. 8-3, Katner with the serve. Attack in the middle for Bria Mulvihill. Mulvihill is 6-foot junior middle blocker into the net. And all of a sudden, it's a 6-point Mitchell lead. Maggie Katner with the serve up 9-3. Finds the middle of that defense. Goes right back over to Mitchell. And Sage Jorgensen picks up an unassisted kill. We've seen that quite a bit from Mitchell early on. They'll have a serve. Douglas will dig it up, but it then goes right back over to Mitchell, and that front line of Mitchell pounces on it. 10-3, Colonels up. Katner with the serve. Vincent with the dig, and Douglas an ugly looking over. They'll attack it in the middle. Reagan Waddell, the block, pushes it up, keeps it alive for Douglas. Right back over to the Colonels. Mandy Schmidt now to the left side. Sage Jorgensen, and good. Looked like that one was going to be long, but Sarah Vincent for Douglas got a hand on it in the middle back row. Either way, it's another kill for Mitchell and Sage Jorgensen, who now has 4. It's 11-3 Mitchell. Katner with the serve, this one into the net. Another good run for Maggie Katner. She will come out. And Bridget Thill will come back in for defense on the back row. Mitchell looking to wrap this one up. We're only 20 minutes in, but only about 14 points away from the first win of the season. Jindra and Douglas, Jindra and Douglas with the serve. Comes right back to Douglas. Mulvihill with the attack. Looks like a kill, but she was over the net. Looked like an unassisted kill for Mulvihill, but she was over the net. An error for her, and it's 12-4 Mitchell. Mitchell serves. Attack in the middle. Mulvihill much better this time. Nice dig, diving to the floor by Jorgensen. Attack right side for Peyton Morgan. Right back to Mitchell. Schmidt to Chelsea Brewster. Left-handed on that left side. No good. It's blocked right back at her before falling out of bounds. So a block on a Chelsea Brewster attack. So that's a point for Douglas on the block on the right side of their net. And it's 12-5. Bria Mulvihill, 6-foot junior. She'll have the serve left to right. Down by 7. Van Drogelen checks in. That one kind of ate her up. Got her a little bit too high. She was backpedaling towards the back line. So reception error on Van Drogelen. And that'll be an ace for Douglas. 12-6. Mitchell still comfortably ahead up. Trying to wrap this one up in 2 sets. Attack for Mitchell in the middle. Reagan Waddell. That one just a little bit too long. 3 straight points here for Douglas. Their best run of the morning. They're now down 12-7. Phil digs it off to serve. Attack right side. Peyton Morgan. Digging the back row for Mulvihill of Douglas. Douglas with the attack. Mitchell plays it. Chelsea Brewster on the left side and good. Pretty decent crowd here early on in the morning to see Mitchell and a host of other teams. You've got Spearfish, Watertown, Mitchell, Douglas, Huron, Sturgis, Lincoln, Brandon Valley, O'Gorman, Brookings, Sioux Falls, Washington, and Sioux Falls Christian. Just a few of the teams here. 12 teams in all. We have 2 courts right here and 1 at the middle school. So there are 3 matches going at all times. 2 here at the arena in Huron and 1 at the middle school. An ace for Brooke Flemmer makes it 14-7. And this one, Douglas, they just pop it up and give an air to somebody on that one. And Victoria Somerset, 5'9" sophomore, she dug it up and there was nobody there to do something with it. So it's 15-7 Mitchell. They comfortably lead this one. Trying to get their first win of the season. They should here in about 5 minutes. Take a 30-second timeout. Return with the rest of the second set on KORN.
Here at Davison County Implement, we rely on our machinery to give yesterday and today's farmers what they need. It not only takes a team, but the right team to keep our customers happy and to keep operations moving smoothly. That is why we are your dealer of choice. Davison County Implement, a division of C&B Operations, along with the Fred Haar stores of Freeman, Yankton, and Wagner, are proud supporters of high school athletics and academics.
Douglas, they've used 2 timeouts in that first set. They've used both of their timeouts here in this second set. You get 60-second timeouts, and you get 2 for every set. Douglas at 2-22 on the season, hoping to pick up a win here. They have O'Gorman coming up 2 sessions from now. They also get to play Brookings and Huron. Mitchell serves up 15-7. Mitchell gets it back. A dig for Brooke Flemmer. Attacked by Chelsea Brewster on the left side. Dug up by Jindra. Douglas ball. Attack in the middle. Good. Hannah Hill. 5'10" junior middle blocker with the attack and kill. 15-8. Huron in Sturgis playing across the court from us. Huron won that first set 25-12. Serve here for Sierra Colby. Center for Douglas. Mitchell attacks at right side of Reagan Waddell. Douglas answers with an attack from Somerset. Right at the net, Mitchell ball. Chelsea Brewster left side. Douglas keeps it alive. Give a kill on that one to Chelsea Brewster. Took a while for that one to land as the Douglas defense scrambled, but Chelsea Brewster picks up her second kill. Mitchell doubling up the Douglas Patriots, 16-8. Carly Herring back in for Reagan Waddell. Thill will serve. Mitchell up by 8. Colby pushes it left side into the net. Attack air by Constanita. Good set, but Constanita just pushes it into the net. 17-8. See if Thill can go on a run here. She had 3 aces right away this morning. See if she can make a run here and end this one. 17-8. This one right over. Carly Herring looking for another unassisted kill. Will not get it here. Schmidt sets it up left side for Chelsea Brewster, and Brewster will pick up another kill. 3 kills for Chelsea, 6 for Carly Herring, 4 for Sage Jorgensen, your 3 leading hitters, or what are expected to be your 3 leading hitters this season for Mitchell. 18-8, another Thill serve from right to left, another Thill ace. Number 4 for Bridget. Number 9, 9 aces thus far for Mitchell. And Bridget, Deb Thill, has to be happy with the way her Colonel team has served early on. 19-8. Thill serves. Douglas gets it into the front row. A middle attack, but that one just nowhere near coming inbounds. It's Hannah Hill in the middle. She shanks it wide left in front of the Mitchell bench. So Bridget Thill going on a run here, up 20-8. Bridget, this one into the net. As soon as I say that, into the net, it's still 20-9 Colonels. Looks like Huron will make quick work of Sturgis as well, so we'll get going probably quickly here, as there will be a rolling schedule after the 10-15 matches. Serve for Douglas, they're down 11. Attack by Chelsea Brewster in the middle, powerful, and you can count that one as a kill. Chelsea Brewster, another assist for Mandy Schmidt. Substitution in the front row for Mitchell. Leslie Van Drogelen will check out. Sage Jorgensen in the front row with Carly Herring. Brewster serves up 21-9. This one eats up Vincent a little bit in the back row. Douglas, though, they do get it over. And that front row wasn't a traditional kill or an attempt, just got it over their heads. And it finds the hole in the Mitchell defense. So it's 9:30. We're a half hour into this one. 4 points away from wrapping it up. Douglas with the serve. Their libero, Sarah Vincent. Right back to Douglas, right back to Mitchell. Schmidt to Carly, left-handed, gets it over. Nice dig by Brooke Flemmer to keep it alive, but can't help her out after that. So it'll be a kill for Douglas. Cuts the lead down to 10. 21-11. Douglas trails. Mitchell, they go right side to Carly Herring. Was that inbounds? Yes, it was. Carly Herring likely to be our Shays Restaurant player of the match, as she has a match-high 7 kills thus far. Bridget Thill could be in contention as well. She has 4 aces. It's going to be a close race between those two. 22-11, Mandy Schmidt. An error here on Mitchell. Oh, something with the rotation or something with where they were set up. Somebody was not in the right spot. So an error for Mitchell makes it 22-12. Here's Lamara Constanita, the freshman, serving for Douglas, still down by 10 here in the second set. This one hits the top of the net, goes over. Mandy Schmidt left side. Here's an attack way too strong for Sage Jorgensen. So that'll be an error for Jorgensen. 22-13. Mitchell still comfortably ahead. Constanita, another serve. This one goes a little strong, right past Bridget Thill. Makes it 23-13. Normal substitution here. Katner and Waddell are in for Thill and Herring. Maggie Katner, see if she can close it out. 2 points away. Katner with the serve. Dig in the back row for Douglas. They set it up in the middle. This one too strong. An error for Bria Mulvihill. That'll be match point. 24-13. Maggie Katner, one serve away from wrapping this one up in about 30 minutes. Katner with the serve, and that'll be an ace. Good way to end the match. 25-13. Mitchell, they move to 1-0 on the season. Very good start to the year with a 25-6 and 25-13 drubbing of the Douglas Patriots. Douglas, they got off to a bad start, down 6-0 right away. Bridget Thill had 3 aces right away in this match before you could blink. Brooke Flemmer had 3 aces. Mandy Schmidt picked up 2 aces. Maggie Katner, she ends the match with that ace. And Sage Jorgensen had 1 as well. 7 aces for Mitchell in the first set. 3 more in the third. That was awfully impressive. And you also had 7 kills on the match for Carly Herring. Shays Restaurant player of the match, we'll give it to Bridget Thill. Bridget Thill with a team high 4 aces. That was the story of this match. 4 aces early on, and she had 4 of the 10 for Mitchell. So Bridget Thill, she'll receive a certificate for 15 wings of her choice to Shay's Restaurant inside the Ramada Inn & Suites in Mitchell. 25-6 and 25-13. Dominating performance for the Mitchell Colonels as they move to 1-0 on the season. So again, that was a quick one. That only lasted 30 minutes is all that lasted. So Mitchell, they'll be on a break here for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the most. Still waiting for some of these teams to arrive if they have not done so already. Again, we have a 10:15 start, so it's not another 45 minutes until the next matches are scheduled to start, even though the court is clear here. Sturgis, they're going to lose to Huron here fairly quickly. So the court's going to be open for a while. You're going to see Lincoln, Brandon Valley, O'Gorman, Brookings, Watertown, and Sioux Falls Christian. Those are the 6 teams that are coming in here in just a few minutes to start warming up. So then after that, we'll start to get to a rolling schedule. I think they'll give teams about 5 or 10 minutes to warm up, and they'll get going at a pretty quick pace. So we'll be here all morning long, all afternoon long. Travis Krins at the Huron Arena. Again, you can check this out on YouTube. If you're listening on YouTube, you can check out any past videos as well, and you can check it out on our website. Just go to KORNradio.com. It'll be the first thing right smack dab in the middle of the page there, Mitchell Volleyball at the Huron Invite. You can't miss it. Just click on that, and I'll keep posting the videos and the links to those YouTube videos, and share those on your own Facebook and Twitter pages. Let people know that we'll be here covering Mitchell Volleyball here this afternoon and later on this morning. So Mitchell, they take care of Douglas 25-6 and 25-13. We'll take a quick timeout here. We'll come back with head coach Deb Thill. We'll replay her interview from the Wednesday night coaches show a couple of nights ago. Our season opener with the Wednesday night coaches show. Myself and sports director Steve Morgan had a chance to talk with head coach Deb Thill about the season, her expectations, and what you can expect. It should be another very impressive season from Mitchell Volleyball, trying to win that state title. So we'll take a quick timeout, come back with head coach Deb Thill after this, and then get you ready for Mitchell and Brookings. That game coming up around noon today. So a half hour in, and Mitchell already 1-0 on the season with a 25-6 and 25-13 victory over the Douglas Patriots.
Identity theft is still one of the fastest growing frauds around. Did you know that as of July 1st, any South Dakota resident is able to place a freeze on their credit report for free with all 3 consumer reporting agencies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. For more information about security freezes and how they can help protect you, please contact the Office of Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, 1-800-300-1986, or log on to consumer.sd.gov.
Your mouth. It's your most important asset. Why not make Fuchs Orthodontics your most important ally? You use it to eat, drink, and communicate with others. You need an expert to care for it. This is Dr. Rick Fuchs at Fuchs Orthodontics, and we pride ourselves in being a patient-centered orthodontic practice. Call our Mitchell office at 996-5442 or our Huron office at 352-1670 today. Fuchs Orthodontics, the best care for the best patients.
Deb Thill's with us, and Coach, preseason number 5, experience, talents back for 2018. It should be an exciting season for the Mitchell Colonel volleyball team.
Well, we hope so. We hope to continue exactly where we left off and then progress from there. We've already added some things that we didn't do a year ago because we've had the opportunity to practice and add some more weapons, as I might say. We're really working hard on serve and serve receive because, as you know, that's going to determine winning and losing.
Exposure off season. Talk about that. Summer was a lot of travel for you guys, and you played at a high level in a lot of those places you went to.
Right. We had our own team camp here, and then we went and traveled to Mankato, Minnesota. We were the only South Dakota team there, and we were extremely successful there. It was a team camp where you go and you compete in drills, and then there's also a tournament. And then after that, we went to Iowa State. Again, there was 50 teams there. We were the only South Dakota team, and that was even a higher level of competition, and we did really well there too. And then the Summer Slam, which was a really unique and fun experience for South Dakota volleyball, for the exposure, the Future 40, everything that adrenaline put through. It was first rate. It was awesome.
Everybody wants to know the progress of your first team All-Stater and Mac Miller on getting back to the lineup.
Well, we're hoping to get her back sooner than later.
Okay, that's a good political answer.
She's not very far out. Well, she's only about 4.5 months out from her surgery, so it takes time, as we all know.
Yeah, and she's been working hard. It isn't like she's been sloughing off.
She's ahead of schedule. That's all I can say.
Okay, there you go. We'll leave it at that. Let's talk about a couple other girls. Chelsea Brewster, second team All-State. She was nominated, or I should say selected as a top 5 hitter in AA. Talk about how much she's improved just over the summer from last year to this year.
She's improved her all-around game tremendously, and she's developed some different offensive shots, should I say. Her favorite hit is cross-court, bam, and now she's been able to develop a lot more of a finesse game, a lot more seeing the blockers. Her back row's been outstanding. We're adding her as an offensive weapon more in the back row than she was a year ago as well.
Well, a lot of attention to your hitters. They're pretty good, but you got a pretty good, driver or quarterback of your offense, and that's Mandy Schmidt, a pretty good setter for you as well.
She's a player, and if you want any player on your team to never give up on a play, it's Mandy Schmidt. She never gets up on a play. She'll run into the bleachers if she can play the ball. So if she's somebody that touches the ball all the time and is going to be like that, everybody else feeds off of her.
Changes to the schedule at all? Is there any changes as far as trying to get everybody to play everybody in AA this year?
Right. In our schedule, some of the ESD schools, we had a home and away schedule before. Now, we don't play everybody in the ESD twice. We only play everybody once that counts in the conference, but then we also play Pierre, Aberdeen, Huron, and Harrisburg twice. So one of those won't count in the conference record. But we've also added to our dual schedule the 4 Sioux Falls schools, and we kept Stevens and Central.
The Summer Slam event in Sioux Falls, that was the first year for that, right?
Right.
How has that grown? That seemed like it went pretty well the first time. Do you expect it to get bigger here as we go on?
I'm not sure if he'll increase the number of teams that come, because he invited the top 20 teams in South Dakota and then 20 out of state, Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, and North Dakota. And the exposure, there was probably, I don't know how many college coaches were there. It was amazing, all the way from D1 all the way down to D2, D3 coaches. We had a ton of coaches at our court, but so did a lot of other teams. AA volleyball and some of and so the A and B schools that were there too. Most of the teams were AA, but there were a few of the other. Is very, very good this year in South Dakota. It's very good.
As far as some of those seniors looking to play next year, has anybody decided, or is anybody maybe on the fence of where to go?
I've got 3 to 5 kids that are looking at playing in college, and then my 6th one is going to be a D1 high jumper probably. So yeah. She's also in the mix.
And she could play volleyball if she wanted to.
She could very well. She got a lot of attention. People are going to be surprised at how good Carly Harrington has improved. She's going to be a force.
With Mac out, you kind of piece things together. Who may have some extra playing time, and of course Chelsea and Carly maybe in that mix as well.
Well, it's interesting because we do have 11 seniors counting Mac, and 2 of the 11 right now are injured, but we have some juniors that are waiting there. They've been working hard. They were with us last year and are practicing with us. And we got, Reagan Waddell, Amy Uher, and Maya Volsky, who are extremely talented as well. So, but the thing is I can throw so many kids in and play different positions. We haven't decided on what we're going to do. And you might see 4 different lineups on Saturday. We're not really sure yet.
Played O'Gorman in Sioux Falls. It was a very close match. They're your top competition in Huron coming up on Saturday. Expect more of the same from O'Gorman coming up here in a few days.
Right. And actually, I was wishing that the other top team, Watertown's there, Washington's there, but they're in the other gym, so I won't be able to get to see them much. But we do know Sioux Falls O'Gorman. They lost a close one last night in 5 to Roosevelt, but that means they have some playing under their belt, and this is going to be our first time out on the court playing.
Would you prefer to maybe have a one-on-one before you start, 4 in one day?
I don't know. Last year we had 2 duels before we went to this tournament, so It is what it is. So we'll step out. We play Douglas first, then we play Brookings, and then we play O'Gorman. That'll be a back-to-back. And then we end the day with Brandon Valley.
Talk about the setup for that, because it's not your normal play 5. It's best 2 out of 3.
Right. But the third set, instead of going to 15, will go to 25, so that all 4 of those matches will count into seeding points.
Yeah, because I think people are, that's going to count 4 matches. It just only counts as 1 date to play 4 matches.
Right.
So that's going on this Saturday. We'll have them all online beginning at 9 o'clock in the morning with Travis. He'll be up in Huron, by the way, all 4 matches on KORNradio.com. Click on the YouTube link on our homepage of our website. I've been to a couple of practices. You seem like you have 200 girls out for volleyball. It's a good number for Colonel Volleyball.
We have 54 high schools.
Wow.
So with that number and 24 of them being freshmen, we did add to our staff this year, because it's been crazy, the amount of kids that came back, year after year, plus we're adding 24 new freshmen. So we are very good in numbers. Our middle school hasn't started practice yet, but they had a sign up, and I think they're looking at about 60 kids there too as well.
Wow. Yeah, we'll talk about the coaches here coming up, but let's talk about ESD. Cream of the crop besides the Mitchell Colonels.
Watertown. They returned everybody. Well, I think they just lost 1 player from last year, and they had an extremely great end of the season run for them, finishing in the top 4 in the state. I don't know. I think that until we start playing, everybody's different. You get some new kids in there playing together. Teams could be, come out of the woodwork and surprise. There's always one ESD team that always surprises everybody every year.
I mean, Harrisburg pretty much lost everybody from last year. Do you expect them to reload right away? What are your expectations for Harrisburg? Yeah.
Well, they had a lot of numbers of kids a year ago, so I think that their program is steady. I know I'm going to watch them tomorrow night, so ask me Saturday.
The Cube, that's been bought out by somebody else, is that still a pretty good source to watch volleyball?
The Cube is now no longer.
Somebody bought it, but then it's
still, like on the National Federation High School website. But a lot of schools
for you though with that, or no?
No, a lot of schools have their own YouTube channels now too. So we watched a couple last night.
Huddle's been a good tool too.
Huddle, yes. I'm so grateful that our booster club pays for that, because we can exchange film, but more importantly, I think for us is I can give it to the girls and they can do some self-evaluation as well of their own play.
Well, it should be exciting. First home match Tuesday against Pierre. We'll be there as well. So good luck this weekend. Let's start 4-0. How about it?
Okay, and we have some fun things planned for Tuesday night.
Okay. Before I let you go, let's do coaches. I don't want to miss that.
Okay, so my JV coach and my sophomore coach are the same. Christina Steamson and Esther Whitty do a great job. New freshman coach this year is Taylor Rissy. She's new to our school system. She's a 3rd grade teacher at LBW. And then her assistant coach that we're very happy to have is an ex-Colonel, Emma Schmidt, is back with us as well at the high school level. Middle school, we got some returning. Paula Burrish, we got Maddie Tegedoff, who's new. And then the 2 8th grade coaches, our Roxy Ross and JC Dyra, who are returning from last year. So the more we can get coaches to keep staying in our program, the better it's going to be for our kids.
We got a little time. Give us a little tease of what's going on Tuesday, you said.
Well, it's the Colonel's night, so we're going to have something kind of special technology-wise. I know. I had to give that over to Christine and Esther because I'm not real good at that. We might have something special before the match starts. There's going to be a parent-player social afterwards with this number of kids and new parents coming in. We're going to have an ice cream social afterwards for everybody in the program. Just some fun things like that.
Outstanding. And also we're going to have Meet the Senior Colonel volleyball player every week. We're going to start that on Monday. We'll announce who that Monday player will be. We'll have one girl every single week throughout the entire volleyball season. We hope to the middle or end of November. We hope
November 17th.
Okay, that'll be the time we stop then. So, hey, Coach,
the player of the game too.
Oh yes, we got player of the game too. Brought to you by Shade's Restaurant. So we'll be having that for every single match. So you'll be getting a lot of stuff from
That's
Travis
awesome.
to give to your
kids.
We so
appreciate what you guys do and how much you support our program. That's great. Thank you.
This is Corey Wegahop, pharmacist at Lewis Family Drug. We know what it's like to be busy, but keeping track of your family's prescriptions, refills, and profiles is easy by downloading the free Lewis Drug mobile app. We also offer a variety of immunizations as well as medication consultations at any time. We're open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to 1 on Saturdays. Lewis Family Drug. Get in, get out, get better.
When your first stop is Lewis, it's easy every day.
It is just past a quarter until 10 o'clock here this morning. Travis Krins on KORNradio.com. Mitchell Volleyball here all day long. We'll take a time out here for the next 2 hours or so as we get ready for Mitchell versus Brookings. That'll be session number 4 of 8 sessions. We just wrapped up session number 1, and we do have O'Gorman versus Brookings warming up right now, and also Lincoln versus Brandon Valley. They're also warming up right now here at the Huron Arena. Again, Mitchell, they defeated Douglas here in game number 1 today, 25-6 and 25-13. 7 aces in that first set for Mitchell, 10 aces in the match. Bridget Thill was our Shays Restaurant player of the match. She had 4 of those 10 aces. Carly Herring was also very good as she had 7 kills on the day. Huron, they also defeated Sturgis 25-12. And 25-10. And over at the middle school, Watertown, they were taking on Spearfish. No reports of any scores on that, but Watertown expected to win that game quite handily against Spearfish. Travis Krins here this morning, coming up on the afternoon from the Huron Arena. Huron Invitational. We'll be back around 11:30, 11:45. We'll get you ready for Mitchell versus Brookings. Until then, thanks for joining us. And again, you can check out games here all season long on our YouTube channel at KORNradio.com.